See, howdy. How y'all fellers doing? Ladies, gentlemen, I take you to the golden altar. It is indeed the Sabbath, and today we are going to be learning a little bit about electricity. I've tried to stimulate the stem cells out here, and today we're going to go and we're going to look at this light. This light I bought after the Perryville tornado. EF4 almost killed me, changed my life to a degree. I said, I felt bad. I wasn't able to offer the citizens more after that tornado. I had flip-flops on, and I offered the flip-flops off my feet, but as far as search and rescue, I wasn't able to offer very much. And I steadied, and I encourage you to check out the Red Cross, and you can steady. But this light I bought is not working anymore. So what we're going to do is I figured, well, let's take a look at it, man. Let's try to understand what this thing is and how it works. It'd be a good science project. So what you're going to want to do is get you one of these lights and get you a Phillips head screwdriver. I'm still battling Amazon. They don't like me. And I have not been able to this day to get one of these things to work. So, well, that screwdriver ain't going to cut it. I suspect it's a conspiracy. And that's one thing we're going to work on later. Trying to get that account working, and I'm going to try to work you guys through it. I could be rich by now. I don't know if you can look in here and see that we're making contact with the screw. It should be. We may actually need a light for this. We're going to show you all about that in this, and hopefully in this webinar. Yeah, I could potentially have been a millionaire by now if that system wasn't rigged against me. I invested money to see what happened, and it never came out because I could never get the shit working. They wouldn't let it work. It ain't no different than the Oculus and Facebook. They screwed me big time. I was one of the first few that wanted to work in Oculus development. And I had the money. I was prepared to get the SDK and the toolkit. They wouldn't let me have it. It's an inside job. There's people out there that just don't think they're highly at me. It's a rich kid. You gotta understand. I mean, I'm sorry, poor kids out here in the world, or hustlers, or people that aren't entitled. That's why their grandpas and grandpas went to school and went to war. They wanted their son to have a good life, and there's only just so many jobs available. And they only give them to the rich punks. Right, yeah, that's one of those. For some reason, we got a problem in here. I don't know if you can see this, but on the screw. We're trying to undo the screw. We're meeting some resistance. Not really sure what you can do at this point. This screw needs to be retracted as well. Seems like we're almost stripping the screws. Let's go ahead and start working on some of these. There's some freeing up. But yeah, it's like rich kids they get those jobs. I wanted to go to OU. I wanted to go to Mississippi State. I didn't get to. I'm a poor kid. But it's okay. You just got to keep keeping on. I mean, there's a lot of them out there. They'll try to knock you off if you try to get rich. Their goal is to keep you poor. It ain't no different than back in the slave days. They're just worried. They're worried about you fucking their old ladies, and they're worried about little shit like that. They got personal issues in their heads that they don't understand, and that affects their decision making. They're under the influence of bias, and But we're getting on here. We're trying to figure out how we can earn enough money to go to school. Yeah, that one right down there is pretty tough. Maybe we're finally getting this. Yeah, we got a real problem with this one screw way back here. It's possible it's stripped. You can't really feel the screw. So I guess in this case, what you're going to want to do is both of these screws are longer. You see this and this? These screws are longer than the tool I've got. So we're going to have to figure something out. See if we can use the smaller one. Again, the smaller one didn't work last time, and it actually started to strip the interior bit. You can look down in there, and the bolts are rusty. I've taken this thing on a lot of chases. It's been out in the rain. It lasted me about a good year. And again, like I said, this one, I'm going to need to find a way to get this down there. since we are, for the sake of this video, I don't know why no one's watching. This is fucked up. Maybe censor my channel. We are going to do a little bit of muscle work. So we're applying tension. Ooh, be very careful, man. This motherfucker just made. All right. Look at that. Did you see that? Holy shit. Looks like we've done something there. Something broke free. So starting to break this casket apart. See the grip here. Well, why is there anybody in the fucking channel? In the chat? Still nothing here. So give me a minute. Nobody in the chat, but I think they're rigging that up. It's one of those things, you know. You get 2,200 subscribers and nobody shows up. You start thinking it's rigged, and it probably is. I know it has been. All right, that one's got this one there, one there, and one here. But yeah, I mean, ain't nothing I can do. If you can't see the video, it's a real drag. I mean, it is what it is. If you say something to them, they get mad at you. You may not have any proof that they're doing it, but you can pretty much tell they're doing something, and it ain't in your favor. Either that or you're just fucking boring. And I mean, I may be boring. I mean, like I said, I mean, if everybody was interested in this shit, we'd probably wouldn't have the energy problems we have today. So we're reaching this separation point. You see this? I've damaged the frame, and you can see down in this hole. See if I can't get you a light. But down in this hole, there's still one screw. Even though I snapped it on this side, I have failed to break it loose on this side. So I'm working on a couple of electrical videos, try to keep you stimulated. Even though it don't look like I'm stimulating the leg. That screw, we're still trying to get it loose. There we go. Nope. What are we going to do? Get the needle nose, get it in here, tear a piece of that plastic off. Try to clear this thing up here. Yeah, see, camera ain't looking right. Okay. Is it clear for you? Now you can look in here and see that. Got it out. All right. So again, here we are with the split, the divide. Someone's hemming this up. Something's hemming this up. We're having a hard time getting this apart. We got a problem. Let's just do something stupid. Let's try to unscrew this fucker. Seems like it's melted. Knock it loose. Well, all the screws are removed. This is where it comes down to two things. You can either, pussyfoot, or you can brute force it. And when you brute force, unfortunately, you're expanding your physical power. Like, see, we're increasing our joules of energy or amps, whatever unit you might be using. We might be using newtons of force. How many newtons of force are we applying here? You know, we talk about like torque converters. They watch out. And I'm going to recommend you get your safety goggles because this is probably going to snap. It looks like it's going to snap. So, what I recommend you do. Don't forget your safety goggles. Maybe want some gloves. You probably cut yourself on this. Oh man, did you see that? The catastrophic failure. The snap, the spring, the fucking trigger went everywhere. And you know, there ain't no telling. I mean, to what limits did it go? I lost a lot of pieces of this item. A lot of pieces just flew out into nowhere land. And I think that's a direct result of the energy that was expressed against these items. And as soon as the item was reached its breaking point, it snapped with a exerting a well, we would say equal or opposite reaction. We don't know that, but unfortunately, like I said, we damaged that. So let's try to redo that again. Watch that. You see that snap? You lost that. All that shit went flying like bullet time. I knew that was coming. See, you have to apply force, physical force, the biochemical force that goes through the body. The lungs are breathing. Do you understand me? The lungs are breathing. The eyes are seeing. The tongue is wagging. The lips are moving. The triceps and biceps were flexing. And I was able to exert enough force that I was able to break away this. And inside, you see the guts. That's what we're trying to get to. It's a real drag. We've lost that part of it, but still more do we break. It's like it would be nice if David Malin was here. You know, he tears the phone books. We're going to tear this light. Oh! And it's scary. I mean, these things are fucking really strong. Force, it's just going to... You never know what's going to happen. Ooh. Okay. So here you have your hardware. There's metal. Feel that. Catch a feel of that. That's metal. I'm not sure what kind of titanium. That's metal. We have a circuit board. We have a battery. We have some capacitors, and we're going to see what else is in there. First things first is we got to get this carcass loose. So to get this carcass loose, we're going to need to go ahead and get our Phillips head. See, I got old Woody here. Old Woody, he get the job done. I got all these fucking fancy, schmancy things. Never underestimate the power of old Woody Phillips. Woody Phillips will fill you up. So here we go. What happened? I don't know if this thing got wet, if it got shorted out. What the fuck happened? Go ahead and use the needle nose, extract this bumper plate. The bumper plate is going to be used to secure the battery in place, apparently, in this design. And again, like with DJI, we don't like fucking with people's intellectual property. We're doing this for learning experiments only. Here's the battery. And I don't know what this is. Maybe a lithium ion or here's where it says, yeah, it's a LG Chem lithium ion 3.6 9-watt-hour. Made in Korea. And if you look at this shit right here, this is pretty fascinating. This is where the electronics buffs, like I'm a dabbler. By the way, Uncle Sam doesn't fuck with dabblers. You're going to have to get you some skin in the game. Getting skin in the game, you can do like me and steady. And you might actually pull something out. Whoa, take a look at this. Here it is. You see, we can attach jumper wires to this thing. We can implement it in a breadboard. We can use it for different types of prototyping. I mean, the sky's the fucking limit. The problem is there's too many goddamn fucking bums out here. They don't want to fucking do anything. I'm out here doing it myself, and it's like the only other people that are doing it want to beat me up and fucking kill me and take my shit. They're like that competitive, and I'm like, that don't make a lick of sense. Your competition needs to be with your fucking work. Why are you competing with your fellows? I've been run out of several circles. I mean, I may last a year. The longest I lasted was like a year. I may last in certain circles a couple of months, but eventually problems are going to happen. And if I start beefing with somebody and problems, I try to resolve them. But if they're not willing to resolve the problems, it's like, well, they do what they want to do. They don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about your country. They don't give a damn about your safety. And it's that fucking simple. And if they did, they'd be working with you. But they don't. So, they don't. That leaves me. By the way, go check out the leadership thing. Here's the circuit board. It appears to be, let's go ahead and get a light on this thing for safety measures. Can you see in here? It may be that this circuit board is glued in here or screwed in here. Whatever the case may be, the circuit board is stuck. So that leaves us with the task of trying to separate it without damaging. You can't damage the circuit board, this PCB and the transistors. We're going to try to, pulling it a little bit. Pulling it a little bit. Yep, and we're pulling it a little bit. Trying to liberate the board. Yep, and we've liberated the board. Out fucking standing. Here we have this. It's the board. Now we gotta get the rest of this carcass away. Again, it seems to be screwed on here pretty tight. We'll see if we can't liberate this shell. We're going to use a woody. Like I said, it's a wood-handled screwdriver. They don't make them like this a lot. I heard a man once said, "You eat your own shit if you're hungry enough. You drink your own piss if you're thirsty enough." And a lot of people get proud about screwdrivers. I said, man, old Woody, a lot of people want to get a new screwdriver, but, you got to break that carcass loose. It's going to be a hard break. Oh, man. So you can't just be jerking it like that because you're going to fuck up the sensitive electronics. There you see it's kind of glued, soldered. Actually breaking the lens, which is not good. See that? There's a lot. When you're using force, think about this. You're applying force. You're applying like maximal force right here. Okay. So there's several ways to attack this problem. I recommend needle nose at this point. You gotta find a way to disengage the shell. Or you're gonna have to move this motherfucker right here. Again, look at this. We're coming close to damaging sensitive electronics. I mean, wow. And now look at the debris. There's fucking debris flying here. Look, we're creating a hazard now. We've got broken glass. See this? Getting on the fucking floor. Unacceptable. You can't have that. Can't fucking have that going on. You know, you gotta find a better way to do this shit. It sucks to be so brutish, but and then you got your fine scale dust. Goes up in your lungs, comes up in your toes. You step on it, it's a nightmare to get it out. I'm telling you, electrical engineering ain't for the faint of heart. So we get it. Look at that. Something broke loose. It's another fucking thing coming out of there. And again, with this shock, you could be damaging the material. And you gotta make sure you're exerting enough newtons of force to crack this thing open. I mean, are you tap dancing or are you fucking breaking it open? And here you see finally it's glued in. Trying to a lot of glass here, broken glass. Great way to get cut. Like I said, messes happen in the electric lab. We're in the electric lab right now. So it's okay. Just understand that. And make sure you don't get no fucking glass in your drink. It goes down your liver. It tear you up. Still have a problem. Man. Got this circuit board. Already cut this pretty much. So if you can, I guess try to remove this thing. You kind of want to remove it. You want to get cut. This is a motherfucker. More glass on the floor. And if you got kids, they'll never forgive you for it. Just let them step on this. Get those little toes on that shit. That's good. That ain't no good. No good for baby feet. And if there's any youngins, you'd better watch your parents. Don't watch me or they might come get me. You see what I'm seeing? Trying to get it loose here. Still hung up. Will do damage. I'm gonna get this the rest of this carcass loose. Finally broke this carcass loose, and we may have destroyed the circuit boards in the process, but I don't think so, thankfully. Here's the rim. Take a look at this. Here it is, 40 minutes in. You got your IC, your integrated circuits, little resistors, transistors, some solder, some plugs. Looks like some LEDs here. 3 different prongs. This is a multicolor LED. You've got your USB charging port here. And you got look at this coil. Whoa. What is this? It's a ceramic thing with a coil wrapped around it. You'd think it created an electromagnetic field inside of here. And you got your capacitors. And then look at this battery box right here. This is a transformer. And here's the neat thing. If you just separate that, you've only got these leads. These are your positive and your negative coming off of your positive and your negative here. You see that? So, with all that said, we're approaching 1 hour, and that's my fucking break. We're going to take a break. Like I said, I'm not earning a lot of money, and nobody's seeing the videos. They're seeing some videos, but I don't know if my videos are being blocked. And it worries me. I know I'm being blocked a lot on some other channels, and I may not be being blocked. I may just be paranoid. But watch out for paranoia. It can seriously fuck you up. So here we have a simple switch. We have this aluminum mechanism here, which comes down and it initiates the switch. When the switch is initiated, you have the option to just do kind of like how you're doing. That connects here to your PCB. This thing is weird right here. But they're all kind of welded on here. And what I think we're going to do, go ahead and remove these two things. We've got a few more on this metal head here. I think this is aluminum, cast aluminum. What this may also double as a heat sink. You know what a heat sink is? It's the heat comes off here and is diffused. You're gonna get old Woody. Old Woody. You're gonna get the job done. Yeah, me and old Woody go way back. So here we have it. Looks like we got something in here. Some weird shit around it, and some obviously some silicone grease, some heat grease, thermal grease. Excuse me, that's what it's called, thermal grease. And here we have a CCD chip or an LED chip inside this chip. It's heated in thermal grease. And thermal grease is also good in heat dispersion. So it has apparently has a hot and a ground, possibly, and it's got a gray and a white wire. These two may be positive, these two may be negative. So I guess what we could do here is get some jumper wires. If we kind of wanted to test this, let me get into my stash. You know you can't be dipping off of the stash. Here's the stash. Oh, wow, what do we got here? got the amygdala on fire. So here we got, check these out. These two jumper wires. We got two male ends and two female ends. We've got get a couple more of these jumper wires out of here. Four. Those with the light use it. Those who can see, see. Okay. We need you listen to Mr. Farrakhan, he says, those who fear death, they're already dead. So we're going to plug this lead. We're going to plug in this lead. Now look at that. These two leads come out right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take these two leads. Okay, so I guess all these are kind of in here. You see how they kind of connect in there like that? All right. What we're going to do, we got 5 minutes left, fuckers. 5 minutes left. And not a fucking soul's in here. You can't tell me that's not rigged. Either that, I mean, it's possible. I think it is possible. Nobody may be online. I mean, and nobody may be interested. I mean, the chances are pretty slim. If you really, really think about it, I mean, I'm a weather guy. And if you really look at the analytics, and you really look at the data, the chances are pretty slim. The data may be legitimate. In that case, rock on. So here we go. We're converting mechanical energy, chemical energy into heat energy. Fluid in this lighter. We've got a very short amount of time. I wonder if we can pull this off. Wow, look at what we're burning. We're burning wires. Hey, in the words of Midnight Oil, especially those that are burning that midnight oil, you can't sleep when beds are burning. How can you sleep when beds are burning? Ain't no sense in sleep. Beds are burning. Check out that midnight oil, by the way. All right. So I kind of honky tonk this. I'm guessing that these are positive and these are negative, and that they're connected in series. Or they might be in parallel. We'll have to see. Either way, we've got two sets of cables or two sets of things. And what we're going to do is we've got, like I said, less than 3 minutes left. We're going to kind of splice these wires. We're going to point the LED here, and we're going to get 9-volt battery. Oh yeah, always put it to your tongue. See if it's good. See if it's hot. Put that right there. And you put that right there. Oh! And what do we have, folks? A LED light. And we don't want to burn the chip. This is a 9-volt battery right here. So it's one of these things where you have to check the resistance, the capacitance. Certain lights are only rated for certain things. And by definition, a diode is a circuit breaker type thing that lets some light in, or current. It flows in one way and it doesn't flow back out. It blocks it from coming out the other way. So here you see it. Light in my hands. Is that not something beautiful? Someone trying to kill me. Someone trying to kill me. Someone trying to kill me. There's someone trying to kill me. Just fucking with you. All right. So that's our electric lab for this evening. And I want you to go ahead, click subscribe. And if you happen to be an MIT person or a David Malin, find out how you can get a bum to Yale, Harvard, MIT. Nice. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.